Hi everyone. Welcome to this session on Ask Me Anything about IPMAT Indore. Okay, so I am live here to take any questions that you have with respect to your IPMAT Indore preparation. Uh, if you want to ask about the strategy, if you want to ask about which all colleges that you should be applying, I'll be able to read your queries in the comment section, and I would like to take all your queries and answer them one by one. So let's get started. You can ask your questions, and I can take it up. So we already have first question from good evening, Drew. Uh, so. Uh, Yuvraj has asked, sir, I am getting very inconsistent, sometimes 45, then 102 scores in VA, and I have not done grammar yet, and I am not able to find any source on YouTube to study that. Okay. So, Yuvraj, this is a, I would say, a common mistake that a lot of student does is with respect to preparing for the verbal section. Okay. When your scores are fluctuating from 40 to 100, it means that most of the time you are able to eliminate two options, and you are taking a wild guess between the two options, like which option you should mark it. And most of the time, sometimes it gets correct, sometimes it gets incorrect, and because of which your scores fluctuate. It should not be a wild guess. It has to be a confident answer that this is how, why this answer is correct. Okay. What I also understand is that most of the time, possibly that you are not able to understand, rather, I would say not able to understand, nahi, rather, I would say that you are not able to read what author wants to say. You are not able to infer or interpret or read between the lines what author want to say. And that is because a lack of practice, lack of reading habit. Okay. What I would recommend is that since you asked me any sources on YouTube to study that. Okay, so trust me, Yuvraj, if focuses only on the free resources which is available on YouTube, which are available on YouTube, probably they may not cover all variety of questions, the depth which is required to crack IPMET Indore. I believe you will need someone to guide you, some mentor to guide you how to approach it. Okay, because mentor, when the mentor will sit down with you, will able to understand what mistakes you are making, and according to your need, mentor will be able to guide you properly that this is what you should be doing in next less than 30 days. We have another question from Alistair. How many questions should be attempted in each section? Okay. So Alistair, this is I get this question almost every time, and I always keep on saying that don't focus on number of question. Okay, you should always attempt paper to its merit. Let me explain you a very simple scenario. Let's say I tell you that based on last 2 years, in short answer you should attempt around 8 to 10 questions. In MCQ you should attempt around 13 to 16 questions, and in verbal you should around attempt around 33 to 35 questions to clear the cutoff. Okay, and then you prepare with that mindset and you go with that mindset. What if the paper is difficult that year? This happened exactly same 2 years back in the short answer section where the cutoff went down to just 12 marks, which means even if you would have attempted three correct questions, you would have converted. I mean, you would have cleared the short answer section. A lot of students panic after the QA short answer section got over because they were not able to attempt many questions. And because of that panic, they were not able to give their best. Rather, I would say they just screwed up the MCQ and the VA section. Because of which, what happened? I mean, when the results were out, some of them were able to clear the short answer section cutoff, but some of them either missed the QA section or a VA section cutoff, and because of it, they did not get an IM in the call. So many well prepared students that year they did this, and they made this mistake of assuming or guesstimating that this should be the right attempt in the exam. Okay, You should always attempt paper to merit. If the paper is difficult, it is difficult for everyone, which means the attempt for everyone will go down. If the paper is easy, it is easy for everyone. So you should always attempt paper towards merit. Never ever go with a pre-decided mindset. Okay, that this many attempts you should be making. Also, your objective should not be just to clear the cutoff. Your objective should be to score as high as possible, because the overall ATS score will matter a lot, because 65% of the weightage is given to the ATS score in the final IPMAT Indore admits. Uh, okay. Next question that I have is, I am worried about short answer section because I'm not sure if my answers will be correct. What to do? So, Dhruv, with respect to the short answer section, uh, see, everyone will be in a similar dilemma while writing the exam. But the more mocks you write, the more short answer type questions that you practice, whether it is a sectional test or a full length test, that will keep you, that will help you in learning whether you are right on track or not, because more you practice, you will have that confidence that, let's say 7 out of 10 questions that you attempt in a short answer in every sectional test goes correct. Then even in the exam, you will feel that confident, no, I have that accuracy, so my short answer section would be correct. So the idea is to practice short answer question rather than practice just MCQ question and just have that knack of. My con score are stagnant. What should I do to improve? So, okay, whoever it is, I rather, if you can let me know what are your scores, I will be able to guide you, because without knowing whether your scores are in 20s or in 50s or in 70s, I will not be able to guide you anything about it, right? I started my preparation last week. Can I correct? I am Indore. Yes, absolutely, Sneha. So every year we come across students who join the crash course base. So last year we had two students who had joined the crash course and converted IIM Indore, and one of the student also secured a rank of 31, all India rank of 31. So if that student can, if those two students can make it to IIM Indore, why not you? Yeah. So it's definitely possible. A year before that, I know there were four students who joined a crash course and converted it. So it is very much possible. Accuracy of 24 is enough in short answer, right? Sojourner. Sojourner, basically, you want to say the score of 24 is enough. I would not say whether it is enough or not, because, as I said sometime back, what if the paper is easy and what if the cutoff this year goes up to 28? I suggest that don't restrict your attempt. Don't restrict the score that I have to target 24. Also, the student who score 220, 225, 210, 215, 220 plus, they generally score 32 marks, 32 to 36 marks. Some of them also score 40 marks in short answer. Your objective should be to score as high as possible as you can. Okay. So that it will help you to boost your overall score. That's the end goal. That's the end goal, to score as high as possible, so that your ATS score out of 65 is as high as possible. But otherwise, if I have to answer in one straight line, is 24 marks enough? So over last 7 years, the cutoff for short answer has never been more than 24. So to clear the cutoff, yes, that should be enough. How many marks we should write every week? Kaiser, probably what? Every week 2 marks right now, and maybe in the last 1 week you can write 3 marks. So maybe around 7, 8 marks from today till your exams. I think that should be enough. Yeah. We have Bhavya asking, very good. Okay, good evening, Bhavya. I am IMS for 2 years, but still have difficulty in QA. Please help. Bhavya, it's difficult to guide you right now with respect to QA, because I don't know what are your scores. I don't know how much are you prepared, how many benchmarking tests you have written so far. So I suggest that you get in touch with either a Kedar sir or a Krish ma'am, who can sit with you and do the one-to-one analysis with you with respect to your scores, and create a study plan for you and help you out. Yeah. Right now, if I tell you anything, it will be everything in everything will be in air. Like, I will have to give a generic gyan, which actually won't make sense a lot. Dhruv is asking, and sir, in symbols and entrance test, there are no negative marking, but I took by them, they charge me a negative marking of 4.5 in my total score. Does it mean that they have negative marking? Dhruv, So it is written on their website that there is no negative marking. However, we always recommend students to read the instruction page so that you are aware whether they have changed the marking scheme or not. Yeah. I score good in actual IPMAT paper, but I score low in IMS mocks. So, gamer, see, there are multiple reasons. When you solve the actual IPMAT paper, most of the question of the actual IPMAT paper you would have come across either in study material or on YouTube or on Instagram on various sources and channel, right? So probably some of the question you would already know. Second, IMS mock will always be 5% difficult than the actual mock. Some of the mocks, not all, but I would say that out of 20, you can say that around 15, 16 mark will be 5% difficult because we want you to prepare for the difficult. Okay, it is always better to be prepared for difficult rather than to get that shock of difficulty in the actual exam. So when the paper short answer section was difficult 2 years back, a lot of IMS students they felt very good because they were prepared for that level of difficulty. So it is always better to be prepared for slightly difficult. Okay. How many hours I should prep how many hours I should prep now, as there is very less time remaining. So Sneha, again, firstly, it will depend upon what is your preparation level, but otherwise, I mean, whether you are a well-prepared student or you have started recently, uh, you will at least spend around 6 to 7 hours in preparing and maybe another 2 to 3 hours in analyzing the mocks that you're writing on every alternate days. So that's how your preparation too should go about. Don't study for 14, 15 hours. That's not required. You need to understand that it's an aptitude test, which means you need to be fresh while attending the paper. It's not like your board exam where you are just mugging up everything and you are going to vomit in the on the day of exam, right? So you need to apply the concept that you learn, which means you need to be fresh enough while writing the mock and in the actual paper. So around 6 to 8 hours of preparation and then relax, watch some shows and relax with your chill out with your friends. Do everything which is possible to keep yourself afresh. I just started my prep for IPMAT. 1 month enough to prepare. I think I answered this question, game changer. Okay, very scared of the exam. How should we handle stress? Wow. I wish I would, know the stress management. But yes, Uh, see, it is very obvious at this stage when you have so many exams going on, there will be stress. Okay. Only one thing, that I keep on telling is that every day, whenever possible, do around 10-15 minutes of meditation and a yoga that will help you to, remain stress free. Okay. That's maybe early morning or maybe in the late evening whenever you get time, do that 10-15 minute meditation and yoga. Probably that will help you to handle the stress. And most importantly, don't listen to outside noise. Okay, there will be people who would want you to not perform well. Okay, there will be people who would want to pull you down. Ignore all those negative noises and just focus on your preparation. I think that will be one of the most important thing that how you can handle your stress because the stress generally come from outside. Okay. uh, सर आईएमएस मॉक टेस्ट में लेस मार्क्स आ रहे हैं 20, 35 and 50. So beta 20, 35 and 50, which means you are well off with quant. I would say you are at least clearing the cutoff or just on a boundary line, but verbal seems to be very bad. I mean, you need to score at least 115, 120 in verbal with 60, 70 marks. Just get in touch with your verbal mentor today itself to ensure that he or she gives you the study plan to improve verbal. And I am sure if you're getting only 50, probably you will be making mistakes in almost every type of question, whether it is grammar or it is vocabulary, RC or a para jumble. So you need to practice every more than one. Probably if you are preparing for 8 hours, prepare 4 to 5 hours for verbal and around 3 hours for quant. I think that should be enough for you to work on your quant section, work now on your verbal section. That's the key. Easy in VA, I'm able to get a good accuracy, but it is low when difficulty gets higher. And should I start grammar now or just improve other part? No, you need to work on grammar, Yuvraj. You need to work on grammar because grammar is something which will help you to score as high as possible. Okay, because in grammar question, you will be able to attend grammar question in less than a minute's time. Just imagine attempting 5 grammar questions in 5 minutes and getting those 20 marks. That's really a booster. So ensure that you improve your grammar. Maybe if even if out of five you get four correct, and that's fine. But work on grammar and try to get as many marks as possible there. Uh, See, Yuvraj, as I said, PYQs, you will score good marks because you would have seen such questions on already on some or other social media platform, right? IMS, as I said, we have the mock which are slightly 5% difficult, so your marks will be less, but rest assured that in the actual exam, you will have that goodwill factor that you were able to score good marks. Okay. How to build vocabulary fast. So there is no shortcut here, Sachi. Vocabulary will always come from learning every day new vocabulary words. So probably even from today or till your exam, even if you do 20 new vocabulary word, probably around 500 new vocabulary word you would do. The best way to learn vocabulary is in all the mocks that you're writing. Let's say there are five vocabulary question. Every question will have four options. So in every question you are doing five words. 5 into 5, 25 words. So 25 words you will be getting in every mock. Even if you do 20 mocks, so that's 500, I mean, also revise the earlier mock that you have written, revise the vocabulary that has come across. And most of the time, you will see that from 2019 till 2025, the actual PYPs and in the IMS mocks, all the vocabulary that have come across, you will see that 75 to 80% of the vocabulary in the actual exam will be either from the PYP or from the IMS mock. So that's been the case over the last so many years, and that will keep on continuing. So just do that. Can you help me with how should I manage mocks and IBM chapters? I am from Brisk Batch. All BBA, CB, BMTs are completed. So, Drushti, great that you have completed the class exercise, practice exercise, and the benchmarking test of the BBA topics. Now, for the IBM chapters, I mean, the way you completed class and practice and BMT, the same thing you'll have to do for the IPMAT Indore chapter as well. Since you are not done with the IPM chapters probably till now, the difficult level questions that comes in IPMAT Indore you're not done with. What you can do is maybe on Monday and Thursday you should write the mocks, do the analysis on the same day. The other 5 days of the week you should be solving the class exercise, practice exercise, and the benchmarking test of the IPM chapters. But do that because in last both the years we have seen that there are questions exactly ditto from the IMS courseware. So I will just remind, I still remember two questions of last year and last to last year. The question which was there in the IMS material, the same question was there in the short answer section. Okay. And similarly, there was one question in IMS mock, in IMS courseware, which was log, sin x, base, cos x, and everything. That was there in the short answer section in 2024. So if you get a ditto similar question in the actual exam, you are at that 4 marks advantage. You know the answer, you will mark it and get it. Even if you don't know, if you know the approach, you know that you will be able to solve in a minute's time. So complete that before the time runs out. I recently joined an IPMAT, so still my syllabus didn't complete. Should I write mocks? Yes, absolutely. You should be writing mocks because see, syllabus anyways complete होते रहेगा, right? But you should be able to understand what are the type of questions that are getting asked so that you can prepare accordingly. Two mocks should be written. The best way to learn and the best way to improve is through writing the mock. That's the way, yeah. Which topic would say should we give the most importance at this point of time? Okay, so if I have to talk about IPMAT Indore will always test you questions on functions, coordinate geometry, higher algebra, logarithm, sequence and series, logarithm. These are the topics which are must do. When I say sequence, series, probably progression, permutation, combination, and probability. Yeah. So these are the questions which are must do that you will always come across questions. Uh, from this topic, you will find at least around out of 45 questions, 15 and 30 put together, you will at least find around 14, 15 questions from this topic. So these are must do. These are difficult one, but must do. Yeah. Uh, After giving marks, how should we analyze? So, gamer best. Okay, so what we have done is basically I have recorded a session on how to analyze a mock. If you just go through the IMS YouTube channel and search how to analyze a mock by Jaimin Shah, you will get that video. That has a comprehensive video on how to analyze a mock step by step. I'm not an IMS student. Can I still write IMS IPMAT Indore mock? Yes, Neha, you can definitely write the IMS IPMAT Indore mock because, I mean, one, you can purchase the test series. Not only that, on 19th of April, we are going to have All India Open Sim IPMAT Indore for all the students who are not enrolled. I mean, for all the enrolled student as well as for the non-enrolled student. And that is going to be the centered proctored mock. So, I mean, you can also write that mock in the parallelly. You can also purchase the IMS IIT-MAT Indore test series just 1200 rupees, and you can start writing the IMS mock. How do I prepare for quant? I know basic formulas and concepts, but I want to score 50, 60 in MCQ. Current is 39. Okay, great. So current score is 39 is not bad, but yes, you are right in your estimating that you want to score somewhere in the range of 50 to 60. That I'm glad that you are at least aware of that you need to score high in the quant section. Okay. Now, when you're scoring 39 and you want to reach to 60, which means there is a gap of 21 questions. 21 mark, that is 7 questions, not 7, sorry, around 5 to 6 odd questions, 6, yeah, 5 to 6 correct attempt will fetch you around 24 marks. Now, you need to understand, which are the question type that you are not able to attempt. Okay. Are you able to attempt the DI, LRDI sets? If not that, then it is a must to do because that gives you a 20 marks in your pocket in 10 minutes time. Okay. If you are doing that LRDI set, then you need to figure out which question type you are not able to get it correct. In the IMS analytics, you will find that the questions are graded as type ABC. Now ABC is abhi karo, baad mein karo, chhod do. Are you able to solve all the type A question in the first go and the type B question in the exam time after the type A gets over? If not, if you're not able to do type A and type B question, which means that you need to focus on the question selection strategy. Okay, so ensure that you are thorough with the question selection strategy. I think that should be you should be able to reach. We have time, less than 20, around 25 odd days we have, but I think you should be able to reach from right now 39 and 25 days. 50, 55 should not be a difficulty. Okay, you should easily reach 50, 55. Uh, how to prepare for IPMAT 2027? Okay. See, IPMAT 2027, the story is very simple. You need to take one chapter every 2 days, 3 days. So let's say you have taken number system and you are solving the class exercise, practice exercise, revise everything, then solve the benchmarking test, which is under the time limit. Move on to the next chapter. Do every chapter. Don't think about of keeping anything on options or keeping doing certain difficult topic at the end. No, we are right now in April till November. Your entire syllabus should get over. If you feel that you are weak in verbal, focus more on verbal. If you feel that you are weak in quant, focus more on quant. If you are average in both, probably you should spend equal time. Don't sit and spend more time in quant feeling that quant is difficult. Trust me, verbal is equally difficult when it comes to clearing the cutoff or scoring probably 135, 140 odd marks out of 180. Okay. Sir, my mock scores are 4, 16 and 70, but in last year IPMAT paper I got 24, 36 and 102. Gamer best, I just mentioned that, maybe in the last year's paper you would have scored better marks, as I said, because all those questions are anyways there in the social media. Somewhere or other you might have come across. Okay, but because otherwise, scoring 4 in the mock and scoring 24 in short answer is little difficult to digest. Yeah. Otherwise, बाकी दो section ठीक है. But 4 and 24 is little difficult to digest. Sir, my number arithmetic algebra is completed and in geometry, trigonometry, mensuration is left. Okay. And the modern maths incomplete. What should I do? Archita, uh, so you will have to do trigo, mensuration and the entire modern math because modern maths will have the highest weightage in the IPMAT Indore. So you will have to do that. There is no other alternative or shortcut to it. Yeah. I am lacking in QA, so much. Okay, what should I do? And maths is also so weak. Okay, I think you want to say weak. Swati, see, if even if your maths is weak, it's not very difficult to clear the IPMAT and NOR cutoff because there are topics such as numbers, arithmetic, mensuration, data interpretation, logical reasoning. Okay, you will get 3 to 5 questions on data DILR in MCQ, correct? So this question types plus IPMAT Indore will always test you some conceptual or a very easy questions on logarithm functions and graphs every year. Even in 2025, there were 4 questions in IPMAT Indore MCQ section where you were not required to use pen. Okay, if you have the basic understanding of the concepts, I remember that question on the equation a square x square, it has one minima and no maxima. It was oral question. And similarly, there were another 3 questions where you did not require a pen. If you know the concept, you will be able to mark it. So even if the chapters which are difficult, you should be able to understand the basic concepts and know the formula. There was one direct formula on tan theta, the tangent, intersection of tangent. You just have to plug in the values. So if you are able to understand the basic concepts and the formula, I think should not be a very difficult to clear the cutoff. Uh, which one is better for BBA? Tapni versus Symbiosis versus NMI versus Christ. I mean, if I have to name one, it is always NMI, IMS Mumbai campus. Are Atlas admissions still open? Okay. Not taking Atlas questions here. In GIPMAT, how much we should score like minimum in each of the section to clear the cutoff? So in GIPMAT, there is no sectional cutoff. It is the overall cutoff which matters the most. And you should focus on attempting your strength first and then moving to your weaker area. So move from strength to weakness is the key. And for IPMAT Rohtak too, again IPMAT Rohtak do not have a sectional cutoff. So you just need to focus on the overall cutoff and try to maximize your score, overall score by attempting as many questions as possible in the exam. Okay. Uh, then how to do vocabulary always losing marks there. So Shubh, I think I answered this question. How to focus on vocabulary in next 25 days. How much to score in Indore? I mean, more the merrier of me. I mean, as high as possible. Generally, last 2, 3 years, I have seen that anything which is about 220 is a safe score. Around 205 to 220, that depends upon how your interview goes. Okay. I am an IMS student. Do you have any material for CBT like mocks? Obviously, group, there are 120 CBT mocks available, benchmarking test for every topic, for every domain, which are available in the student portal, right? So everything is there in your IPMAT portal. Just need to explore, what you can do from the change program feature to just change the program to CUT and you will get the entire CUT different portal. Actual cutoff is 25, 30, 30, 40, 102. But to get selected in interview, how much should we score? So, good question. So, in the interview, you should be scoring somewhere, as I said, get selected to the interview. So, if you score this much marks, if you clear the cutoff, you will be shortlisted for interview. But if you want to get a final admit, in that case, your overall score should be 210, 215, 220 plus as high as possible because the 65% of the weightage is given to the written test. What is the cutoff for GIPMAT and IPMAT Rohtak? So GIPMAT generally is around 295 plus mark, more the merrier again. and Rohtak have been fluctuating, 301 to 400 plus something to 300 and again going up to 380. So it keeps on fluctuating. So, because the paper level of difficulty keeps on varying and hence because of which the cutoff also keeps on varying. That's the reason. How should I manage SCT Ashoka Kriya exam also? Let's keep this aside. Let's focus only on IPMAT Indore preparation right now. Yeah. Okay. I don't see any other questions which are there in this chat. I'll wait probably for a minute to see if there are any other questions that are coming up, or else, we can definitely end this. Okay. So I don't see how to manage time. Okay. Avni. Uh, so only time management will automatically come when you write the sectional and the full length mock because you will be able to manage those time while in the exam only. It cannot happen, while you're practicing exercise or something, or it cannot happen over the discussion. More mocks you write, more sectional tests you write, and you will have that time management understanding. One thing I can tell you is that apply the ABC strategy that IMS suggests to select the question. Now, based on that, you will be able to figure out which are the easy, medium, or a difficult level question, and accordingly, when you attempt those questions, you will be able to easily save your marks. Okay. Okay. No worries. Am I audible now? Am I audible now, guys? Hi. Hi, Atharva. Am I audible? Can someone reply if I'm audible? Okay. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, great. Sorry. So Atharva said that there is no voice. Anyways. As a fresher, I am a student as aspirant of IPMAT Indore 2028. Shubham, we have long time to IPMAT 28 is quite a far off. 27 students, are asking 28. We have enough time. You focused on your basic fundamentals and foundation module. I think that will help you in long way. Yeah. Uh, if he get nice marks in the written test but didn't do well in the interview, will be any chance of selecting? See, that depend upon how much nice marks you score and how bad your interview goes, right? Everything is, subjective right now. Nice is subjective. Not doing well in interview is subjective. So, uh, what is a good score in IMK BMS 80 out of 300? Anything in the range of around 180 to 200, should be a decent score there. Okay. Sir, I said how much minimum, like in each section, there are 33 questions. So how much do we need to attempt? Because we don't know how much questions we need to attempt. Suggest. Okay. So in GIPMAT, because it's a 2.5 hour paper, generally out of 100 questions, student majority of them attempt 90 plus. Some of them also attempt 95, 97, 100. Okay, so 90 is bare minimum. Many students attempt 90, I would say that. And because there are negative marking, accuracy will play a huge role in GIPMAT because 100 questions and 150 minutes, which is very unlike Rohtak, which has 120 questions, 120 minutes. The difficulty level of Rohtak and GIPMAT is not very much different. It's more or less same. Will only C and P for I work for IBM students? Yes. So focus on class exercise, practice exercise. If you get time, then probably go and solve the benchmarking test of IBM period. Otherwise, class exercise and practice exercise should suffice. How to manage time between CUET and IPMAT? So Avneet, For CUET, since you're preparing for IPMAT, your verbal and your quant LR section should be taken care of. Once your IPMAT Indore exam gets over, then you should start focusing on, preparing for the GK section, or maybe every day if you can just spend half an hour to 1 hour to read GK and keep on revising it. I think that should be the better way to approach CUET GK section. Domain, I am sure since you have prepared for your 12th board recently, you shouldn't be needing so much of practice for domain. But since, we still have 10 domain uh, mocks available for every domain and the benchmarking test also available for the each domain. So once your IPMAT Indore preparation is over, once the IPMAT Indore exam is over, then you can focus to COET. Indoor exam is very tough. Yes, Avni, that is tough. So, I mean, because that is one of the best college in India, so obviously you need to face the toughest exam. SET is on 10th May and Rohtak is also 10. There be time. So, no. So, SET also is on 2nd of May. So, why not you write on 2nd? Yeah. So, see, they will not change the exam, and mostly both the exams are in afternoon. So, you will have to skip either of them. By when can we expect JIPMET notification? So game changer, everyone is in the same boat. We don't know when the JIPMET notification will be out. So we'll have to wait and watch. Couple of years back, like last year, it was in April, but otherwise, historically, if I look at 24 and 23, JIPMET was always conducted in the month of June. So we never know. Probably this year also they would conduct in. What's the difference between okay. Sir, we want more mocks of Rohtak. So we there are already enough mocks for Rohtak. So I think that should be sufficient for you to go and appear for the exam beta. Yeah. Okay. I think we have taken all the questions that have come across, and fine. So probably we can end the session now. I think I have addressed all the questions which were there in the chat window. Okay, so see you everyone and all the best for your preparation. May all of you get into the IIM Indore or the colleges that you are aiming at. One last question that I have come. So what is the safe score in Rohtak? My scores are around 300 to 340. Try to score Aradhya somewhere in the range of 360 to 380 plus. That's always a best score in Rohtak. Try to score in that range. Okay, sure. Bye bye everyone. All the best once again for your preparation and the exam. May all of you come out with flying.